Welcome to Faith Jam, nurturing, learning, and hearing.
Welcome to another episode of Your Faith Journeys. Today we're at the day 3 of our 6-day tour, and we're in Port Gibson, Mississippi, and we have the awesome pleasure to interview Mr. Melvin Anderson, who runs a program here in this city. And I would like to thank you, Melvin, for agreeing to be interviewed on Your Faith Journey.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yeah. I want to start off with a question that's part of our episodes that we're doing right now. And the question is, when you surrender to God's will, what does that resonate for you as an individual?
Well, it resonates for me as of finding out what He wants you to do. You know, in life, you have things that you want to do, but when you're born in a journey that He wants you to do. And when you find out and surrender what He wants you to do, He's going to make sure you have the tools, the backing, the armor, and everything so you can be successful.
Sounds like you got a lot of faith that is going to happen the way it's supposed to happen, and that's an awesome thing.
Yes.
As it relates to the program that you run here down in Port Gibson, let me understand, how does God's will, by you surrendering to God, really affected your program here?
Oh man, it takes so many. It took so many turns for me to understand what He wanted. So after I understood what He wanted, it was, it was life changing, because you knew when you get signs. I'm one of those persons that when I was small, my grandmother always, before you went to bed, you said a prayer. And when you say that prayer, you do all that and saying, okay, well then, hey, my forgiveness as of what I have done. Praise for the Lord to make sure that you're on the right path. And by growing up and you have that faith gonna follow you. So you just have to know when He's giving you that instruction. And when He gives you that instruction, it's overwhelming, because you have to be able to see the signs. Sometimes you'll see things like, well, no, that ain't gonna work, because you doubt yourself. But if you go ahead and do what He wants you to do, there's no need of doubting yourself. Because once you learn how to set goals, and that's one thing He teaches you, how to set goals. He's going to teach you the right things to do, the right things to say. He's going to put you in a connection with people that needs to be put in your line of work to help elevate you in what He wants you to do.
So your program here in Port Gibson, what is it called, and what do you do? Because you just talked about how God bless your program.
Yes.
There, we need to find out, what do you do?
Okay. Well, what I'm a one-stop shop for youth. We have an educational system, we have a mental health system, we have a mentoring system, and as well as we have what we call a system that goes out and reaches families that need to be helped in different ways, for resources, whatever they need, we're here for them.
That's excellent. That's excellent. So what has been one of the accomplishments that you would like to highlight as it relates to what you do?
Oh man, our educational system. That's my biggest highlight. Mentoring is one thing, but the educational system is the highlight of it all. From where we started, the roadblocks that we had, because when you're doing things and you're living through the Spirit, it's amazing how when someone comes into your area to stop you what you're doing, and he elevates you and moves them out the way so you could continue your work, what he wants you to do. And what we're doing is, it's unimaginative. The things that we have started, where we are, and where we're going now with our educational program. And to be accredited, that's one of the main things, being accredited, and we reach youth and adults worldwide. So we're global now, where we started as just a little program working on GEDs, helping youth and adults receive their GED.
That's outstanding, man. That's outstanding. What has been some of your major challenges with your program here?
When we first started, you're going to have your political people get involved. Some get involved because what I call you're a threat to other people that they're helping, but they don't understand the mentality of what you're trying to do. In our area, we have people that have what I have small minds. They don't see the future. And when I came in, it was a vision that I had. I always had this vision to say, okay, well then, it's a thing to be good, but with the Lord, you're going to be a lot better. When I say that with your faith, and like I say, it wasn't an easy task. It was a hard task at first. It was times where you break down. By being a man, you cry, because in order for me to do what the Lord wanted me to do, he had to strip me of everything. He stripped me of everything. He gave me everything in the world that I wanted. And then he showed me, like, all right, this is what I want you to do. And when he showed me this is what you want me to do, he broke me all the way down. He broke me down to where I'm making and just throwing away money, $10,000. This is a week. Just throwing it away to nothing, to homeless.
That's interesting. Again, I think about situations where, when people are taking their own faith journey, and you work with a lot of youth.
Yes.
And, I know we're not proselytizing or, we're encouraging people, but we're letting them look at our walk. But when a person is taking their own personal journey, and in my, how can I say, my lifetime or my experience, I've seen that faith is one of those essential things that allows the people, and you just have alluded to it, to go to the next level.
Yeah.
How can you support a young person who could be possibly challenged with all the distractions of the world to continue their faith journey of surrendering? Because we're talking about surrendering
Yes.
to the will of God.
Yes.
And when you surrender to the will of God, there is, there's not gray area.
Yes.
It's a complete commitment.
Yes.
So how do you handle situations like that somebody would come to you, a young person comes to you and said, I went to church this past Sunday, and when they asked, anybody's, want to make a commitment, I made my commitment to Jesus at that point, if that's the case. And how do you handle a situation, or how would you handle a situation like that?
Well, me, it's different because when I was a youth, I was one of those youth that the Lord, put me in different situations, and to teach me how to handle those situations. And for me to go through the stuff that I went through, it's easier now to teach and reach our young youth, because if I would have went through it, I cannot explain it or tell them what to do or how to handle themselves or what they need to prepare, how to prepare themselves for the challenges, and tell them it's okay. Sometimes it's okay to find that authority figure that needs to help you out, like that mentor. Because like I say, I wasn't, what you say, as an apple from a tree. I mean, I was one of those youth that, I would say, put it this way, in 5th grade in the state of Wisconsin, I was banned off the yellow bus system. So I had to catch the city bus with the junior high and high school kids. And I could not go to the school in my area. So I had to go way out to the south side to go to school because of my behavior. So sometimes we tell kids, hey, well, then the things that you're going through, I understand why you're going through, because I've been through that. So let me show you how I was able to cope with that situation. And it's easier to help them out. And that's why I tell them, there's no situation that I have not occurred in my lifetime. But I was one of those that was blessed. And the Lord always had a position for me, what he wanted me to do. And I look back at it, even though when I came to Mississippi, the people that he had put me in my circle, it was already gifted what he wanted me to do. I didn't see it at first. But when I surrendered, everything that he put in for me was already there. And so once I committed myself, it was easy for me to elevate.
I like that. I like that. Brother Anderson, I just want to thank you for agreeing to be interviewed on our 3rd day of our 6-state tour.
Yes.
And we're in the great city, I'm going to say great city of Port Gibson, Mississippi.
Where the gold finger stands up and points in the air.
All right. What does that represent? Come to me, when the gold finger stands up in the air.
To me, it represents hope and understanding.
Okay.
And it shows you that, hey, it's always belief in the Lord.
Yes.
And a lot of people actually, when it comes to Port Gibson, that's the first thing that I show them, because it's one of the main attractions in the world, because it's only 2 fingers. Most churches you see with a cross, a gold cross or a steeple or something. But here you have a gold finger that's pointed in the air.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, so again, thank you so much for agreeing to be interviewed. And as we always do, we thank our audience for looking at this broadcast.
Yeah.
And if you like it, please subscribe, please follow, please share it with a family member or a friend. And until we see you next time, God bless you.
We'd like to express our gratitude to our sponsors and donors for supporting the Faith Journey podcast. Thank you for tuning in. May you be blessed and continue to smile. Until we meet again.